My name is Mendo, and I approve this message. Ever had one of those days where you try to go to a liquor store or a beer store and you're just pretty much done with your shift and you just want to relax and chill? Funny thing happened. Going to a beer store, and a man approached me and said, why are you going over there to the beer? Why are you trying to get beer? I'm like, because I've had a long day of it and I've been up since 2:30. Well, you're not going to find your problems answered in the bottom of a bottle. It's like, yeah. Well, God created 12 packs for a reason. I got a 1 out of 12 chance for getting to find the right answers. What's going on, everybody? True story. To another great episode of Vloggers in Life. My name is Mendo, and I do approve that message. True story. Along with my brother from another mother,
Hey,
Rob.
how's it
What's
going,
going
guys?
on, baby?
I'm Rob. I'm not sure what just happened with that story, but all right.
It did happen. Like, I was literally going to a beer store because usually on days that we record, I was just trying to get my stuff.
Yeah,
And I
of
was like,
course.
okay, let's get a 12 pack. And this old wrinkly guy, why is he hanging out at a beer store? Okay, maybe he's trying to protest drinking and want to bring back prohibition. But yeah, he literally just stopped me up. It's like, why you want to get beer? I'm like, I've been up since 2:30, bro. I need something. Well, you're not gonna find your problems answered. Well, they make 12 packs for a reason. I got a 1 out of 12 shot to getting it right. So whatever you're drinking, let us know in the comments below, Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Because as much as I love drinking the same thing over and over, I want to know what you guys are drinking. Is it tequila? Is it vodka? Is it beer? Is it wine?
We drink different stuff every episode, though. Let's be fair.
Fair enough. All right, now I'm rocking some.
You got the Magic Hat Vamplifier.
That's right. I know it's past Halloween, but screw it. I don't care.
No, it's still good. It's still good up until about Thanksgiving, so you got some time. And I got some Southern Tier IPA.
All righty.
We
Supporting the local boys.
We always talk a little bit about what we're drinking, but we never really delve into it. I think that should be an upcoming episode of just a beer and wine kind of critique. We'll actually do the Loggers in Life first ever wine and beer tasting.
We have to suit up, wear top hats, monocles, and all that should be all fancy.
I don't know that we'll go that far, but yeah.
Oh, come on now.
So yeah, I think we should do that. That should be a thing. Maybe a couple of weeks or something.
I'm down to
plan
do
it
that.
out.
I'm not sure. Get like a whole bunch of bottles, a whole bunch of beers, or you just want to just talk about it during discussion?
3 or 4 bottles, and then a couple of different kinds of beers, and we'll have an actual tasting,
cool.
a live tasting, stuff we've never tried before.
But
we'll have a live tasting. Well, not live so much as.
Maybe we should, because Facebook can do that live stuff. I don't know.
I don't know. No. Let's.
Okay, I like it.
We won't do, but we'll do. It'll be a recorded tasting, like as it happens. It'll be fresh. It's not going to be anything we've prepared ahead of time. We're actually going to taste these things.
All right.
And kind of go off. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
I think our listeners might enjoy. Give us some comments. Maybe some stuff you guys drink that we should try. That maybe we haven't tried before.
Exactly.
In this first ever Loggers in
I'm
Life
down with
wine and beer tasting. Let us know, guys.
Please let us know,
because
man.
I'm totally in. Like maybe 2 weeks from now, maybe 3 weeks from now.
We'll figure it out. We'll do a promo video for you guys, but we'll figure out something. But
yeah, it'll be
cool.
great. Just a minor point of information for you folks.
Okay.
Here's what's happening. We're running through a couple of changes here in Loggers in Life. We are trying to make the episodes a little bit more shorter and a little bit more concise, a little more palatable for you folks. It's one of the comments I've been hearing, so we're trying to trim it down and keep it
like a news report, just to give you the facts, but have a good time.
Well, yeah,
not just
but
like,
not like that, but yeah, just keep it more concise and try to really pack more information in that time as opposed to drawing it out and rambling.
Okay.
So we're trying to keep that in. And another new thing is that we are recording this on Tuesday night like we usually do.
That's right.
It gets posted on Wednesday. And that's how it's going to be now.
Okay.
We are recording Tuesday. It gets posted Wednesday. There is no more 3-week delay. Unless we have an event or something going on that we know of ahead of time, there will be no more 3-week delay.
And you will be notified.
This is happening. So you guys are hearing it less than 12 hours after we've recorded it. If you so choose to listen as soon as it gets posted, that's on you. But it's there as soon as we finish editing. It's up there. So
Bing, bam, boom.
It's much more recent, much more relevant, and we're trying to keep it shorter and more concise. I hope that works for everybody. I hope that is pleasing to all. If you guys got any other comments, questions, concerns, anything like that, please feel free to message us.
logsandlife@gmail.com, and also the
We
comments below.
appreciate all the feedback and everything. Just let us know. Keep letting us know, because we're gonna keep trying to change it to fit what you guys like to hear from us. So that's what we're gonna.
Exactly. And plus, we also learned from our predecessors, the one and only Mr. Kevin Smith, and other podcasters along the way. Who actually, we learned from the craft from those guys and learned what a podcast is. And we're slowly getting better at this. And that whatever this episode number is the start of something new. So,
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
mean, we're heading ourselves in a little bit of a. I mean, it's going to be basically the same content kind of stuff, but we're just trying to keep it tighter,
Sweet and to the point.
Yeah, short and sweet, and we're just trying to keep it more on point for you guys and
Exactly.
not ramble as much, which
Yeah, it's par for the course.
maybe you like, maybe you don't. I don't know, but here we are.
All right.
It's what I've been hearing is just not that we ramble too much, but maybe make the podcast shorter. So here we are.
There we go.
Um,
But another lovely 7 days have gone by, and our first thing that we usually do is our weekend wrap up, which is not what we call our weekend wrap up, weekly wrap up. For that matter, is anything happening with you? Anything new? Anything changed since the last time we talked with that lovely Halloween wedding episode?
Yeah, no, nothing major. I mean, I'm back to work in a full schedule and everything, and
Right.
is what it is. But other than that,
Wedding life
know,
is good. Is it wedding life different than relationship
married
with
life?
them
Yeah, no.
boyfriend girlfriend life?
not for us.
Alright.
We've been living together for so long that it's basically exactly the same now. We just have a legally binding contract. So
Fair enough.
and I have to wear a ring. That's all.
Okay.
But beyond that, everything's basically the same. We're still super happy. Still very much in love, and I don't see that changing anytime. So
Awesome.
we got that going for us.
Cool.
Beyond that, it is. I don't want to go into it because we don't like touching on politics, anything like that. But again, it is more recent. We are keeping it more recent, more up to date. It is election day, so hopefully you guys went out and voted, and that's all we're going to say about it. No results are in, anything like that, and we don't need to talk about politics.
No, sir.
But it is election day. Hopefully you guys voted. If you didn't, well, then I don't want to hear you bitching when shit goes all fucked up. There it is.
Well, crap. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like the state's not gonna change. I'll try to go like a few more sentences, but the state's not gonna change. So I'm just, but it is what it is. It's like I know who I voted for, and it's just I feel as though like, yeah, this person's probably not gonna win, but we'll see what happens in hours from now, or less than 24 hours.
Yeah, you vote for who you vote for. It doesn't matter if they win or lose. You could be disappointed or happy or whatever, but win, lose or draw, at least then you've had a say. That's
Exactly.
the thing. That's all we're going to touch on the subject. But I felt it was relevant. It is that
Definitely.
time.
And other podcasts will definitely fill that your political pie hole for that, but
No,
yeah, just a little bit, just little brief, little appetizer, if you will. But we're not going to go too dive deep in that. But yeah, you're getting back to normal, and a little thing kind of reminded me of you guys, similar to what happened to me this week. It was me and Mikey. We went to a local CVS because he wanted to pick up some things, and we went. The first thing that we saw was Christmas crap because really, Santa, you had to poke your fat head in this November. It's November.
Oh,
Let
it's
me
like- it's
enjoy
like the
Thanksgiving, and then
it's like
after
the first full week of November. Yeah,
let me enjoy Thanksgiving, and let me just enjoy my turkey, my dark meat. I know I've been having like white meat for a long time, but dark meat, it's freaking cool. But we were just chilling around, trying to pick up some things, and we saw this older couple just at the pharmacy section of this CVS, and they were not letting up on this guy. He was just doing his job. He's just helping out these nice old people trying to get their medication or what happened with the things, and it's just, I get it, but they just like it was over the simple dumbest thing. He's like, "Say, ma'am, I can't unless you have the right paperwork." Well, we got the right paperwork, and they're just going bicker and forth. It's just like, I never want to be that crotchety old guy who complains about just simple freaking shit. And then it like Don, I turned to Michael. I'm like, if I ever get that old and crotchety, just freaking leave me, man. He's just like, dude, I'm probably gonna be that guy who's gonna be like, why are my eggs too cold? Why is this, that, and the other? I'm like, dude, really? And it got to my question to you guys. Will you ever be, when you're 60s and 70s, and will you be that guy who'd be like, why is my eggs cold? What do you mean I have to fill out this form and just pretty much from my outside, it's like look, it's like even though the guy was doing his job, but they were just like bickering back and forth, and it was not going anywhere. But on the way out, they were like, "This guy's dumber than he looks," and kept going and stopped talking shit, and
Yeah, no, I mean
just
that's.
like
I mean, you get. Yeah, I mean, you get that way when you get older. I think you just don't have anything else to do, so just start
whine about
complaining.
it, just whine about it. It's
And
just
not all old people are like that. Let's be fair.
true.
Some are perfectly wonderful people, even up until their 80s, 90s, or however long they happen to make it.
Yeah,
Perfectly wonderful people, perfectly useful people. You know, as far as society and things like that. Perfectly able to be taking care of themselves and everything like that. And then
oh yeah,
some are just bickering, old,
just
and just kind of hateful, spiteful of whatever happened in the world.
it's
And
just
I
don't
got
get
no
it.
I got no right to judge.
I know, but I'm just
you've
like,
lived through way more than I. Maybe you got reasons. Maybe you do.
but
But
it's just like, do you have to? It's like, do you guys have to cause a scene at every junction I ever go to?
yeah, well, I mean,
The
I mean,
DMV. Why you should fill out this form? What do you mean to fill the form? You just gotta go online. I don't want to go online. I don't have online. I don't believe online. I'm just
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
just like
yeah,
I'm
they're
not saying
gonna. I mean, that's it. I mean, do I think I'm ever gonna be that way? No, but do does that mean it's not gonna happen? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. You could say all you want that you'll never be that guy, but
yeah.
eventually you
Oh,
might end up being,
yeah.
without even realizing it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna find a partner. You find a Mikey. I'm never gonna smoke a cigar. I smoked like 2 days ago. Actually, I had one of Lake Bravadas, which was pretty good. Long time. But yeah, it would just remind me of you guys. It's like, are you gonna be like that old couple? Just be like, why are my eggs running? Why is this gonna just go back and forth? But
No, I mean, we'll just be who we are, just older. I think really for the most part, and yeah, views are gonna change and things like that. But that's really
exactly,
that's age.
yeah,
That's
and
age.
it's just
I'm a different person now than I was 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
exactly
So
something must have either inspired you or influenced you, which brings me on to my next thing, which was posed this question to him a couple days ago before the podcast, just so I can, because we haven't done lists in a long time. I remember,
I
like,
don't know that it's too long,
not
but
too long ago,
it's
but
been
we had like either, I think we did music or favorite concerts, which was like way back when, which was
Yeah,
pretty
no,
much one of my
we
favorite
did.
ones.
We did at the beginning of October though. We did
Oh, haunted
Halloween films,
films
or
and films and
fall films, and
yeah,
that kind of thing. Yeah.
but
So
but in the topic of inspiration and influences, like the topic was what are top 5 movies that influenced you or inspired you? So I think I'll go.
yeah, no, I
What
mean,
was your top?
you take the lead.
Okay, fair enough.
It was your topic. You
All
take the
right.
lead.
I think. But yeah, my first
And I
one.
don't actually. Just as a fair forewarning, guys, I don't actually have a list here. I'm kind of
It's not
just
the
going.
top 5,
I'm
but
going off a feel.
fair enough.
See
I
see
think.
where the list goes and that kind of thing. But and usually I'm much more prepared for our top 5 lists or our top 10 lists, those kind of things. Like I have an actual list written out. I don't have that right now, so bear with me if it
All
takes
right.
me an extra second to think of a name or something.
Fair
So,
enough. All right, my first one has got my inspiration of just music in general, and I remember going to grammar school and having your music classes and learning Mary Had a Little Lamb or Happy Birthday or Silent Night, all that crap. But I think when I was first introduced to this movie, especially when like you're having your video day session during music class, uh, I was influenced by a mouse wearing a red robe with a bucket and going right to the well. Fantasia.
oh, Fantasia was a
Yeah.
beautiful film.
So it's
Beautiful
just
film. Very
it had classical music.
mind-blowing.
It was just captivating, just classical music, and at the right scenes at the right time, just boom, boom, boom. Because in grammar school you're listening to other stuff. You listen to Kiss 9.5 or pop stations or other radio stations, but like classical music just blew my mind how you can blend like something so simple to something real fun, and just like kind of the blend of the two, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So my inspiration for music came from seeing Fantasia, and if you see Fantasia 2000, just as good.
Actually, my first, well, not my first foray into Fantasia. I saw Fantasia when I was a kid, but my first real memory of watching any Fantasia was Fantasia 2000. My school took a trip to the theater when it was in theaters, and saw it. It was the first movie I'd ever seen in IMAX. It's Fantasia
really?
2000. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was same here.
Yeah, it was, and that was pretty special. It was pretty epic, actually.
Yeah, when IMAX first came out, it's just like this new 3D experience.
Well, it
You're,
wasn't 3D. It wasn't even
or
3D.
like
It was
it's
just,
just
it's just a giant screen,
with
and
like
this, yeah, it immersed you in
I
this this experience that you're having. And yeah, that was really cool. Fantasia 2000 was really cool. Um, so going back to something like that, yeah, for sure. I get you on that.
cool. Anything
But,
with you like
but I mean, as
or
far
like
as inspirational, and here's my problem. I don't want to go to the old standards. The movies that everybody's going to claim are the most inspirational films of all time. Because
you could do cult
you're gonna
classics.
get, you're gonna get like fucking Good Will Hunting is an inspirational film, or you got the Dead Poets Society is of course an inspirational movie.
Oh yes.
Of course it is. And it did inspire me when I was younger. It really did. But is that something that I'm gonna put on this list? I don't know. Maybe not. It seems, I don't know, for whatever reason it seems a little cliche. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to go with that, which is why I don't really have a list.
Fair enough.
per
And those
se.
and those films that you mentioned were not on mine, so
Yeah,
it should be.
but they're great films.
Oh,
They're
God,
great
yeah.
films and very inspirational films. But I mean, I was, what, I going back to like films that inspired you as you were growing up, or movies you saw and you just kind of went, well, that's cool. That's something different. That's something I didn't really. It made you think, I guess,
Yeah.
is what I would take it to. And I actually just watched one of these films earlier today that I remember from when I was a kid. And not really a kid. I was a preteen to a teen. Right. It came out in like '97, something like that. So,
All right.
So I was in like middle school,
Okay.
and I remember seeing it. Like, I didn't see it like in theaters or anything like that. I caught it on HBO or something back when I was a kid, and my family
Nice.
actually we sprung for HBO.
Cool.
But it's a film called Wag the Dog. I don't know if
have
you've ever heard of it.
Never
It's
heard of
actually-
it. Never seen it.
and it's a dark comedy is what it is.
Okay.
But it does make you think. You know what I mean? And what it's about is, and it was, again, this was 1997 or 1996 and that kind of time frame. So the whole premise of the movie is the president of the United States gets caught in a sex scandal. Okay, again, Bill Clinton, late 90s. That's what happened.
You miss your daddy.
Right. So the president of the United States gets caught in this sex scandal, and what happens is there's this team that gets put together, and I hope I don't spoil anything for anybody. There are people out in Washington whose job it is to spin things. You know what I mean? Make things seem better than they are.
All right.
And there's this team that gets put together of one of those guys who just spins things for Washington. Like, that is his job, is to do that. And he teams up with a movie producer, and they fake a war.
Okay.
So they fake a war. So it's basically the premise of it is what the one character keeps saying throughout the thing is, of course it's true. I saw it on TV. I saw it on TV. And it's just like it's like, this is how easily you're manipulated, because what do you know? You don't think about these kind of things.
Exactly.
You don't think about what's actually happening. That. It's just a weird way of looking at things, and it's a pretty cool thing. And it's got phenomenal actors in it. Phenomenal actors. Robert De Niro and fucking Dustin Hoffman are the leads in this movie.
Damn.
It's fantastic. And Woody Harrelson has a role in it. And
Wow.
It's an amazing movie. It is something I recommend checking out. And I remember seeing it when I was younger, and it making me think about things. And I watched it, like I said earlier today, and it made me just think. So I would put that on my list. And it's not a movie that I often think about. Just every once in a while, it pops in my head, like, hey, what was that movie?
There you go.
And it's Wag the Dog, if anybody's interested. Wag the Dog, pretty good
Cool.
film.
Let's see. My next film is kind of broadened my horizons and different ways of thinking. This is probably during high school English, which then slowly transferred to me taking an ethics class in college. I'm not sure if you remember this called. It was Waking Life.
I don't know that one.
It was
myself, actually.
It's pretty much a not really an animated, you know, animated comedy, but it was like an animated adult film. I know it kind of sounds dirty, but it pretty much is about a guy who just travels in and out of consciousness through. He thinks he's dreaming, but he knows he's not dreaming, but he is dreaming, and it's not Inception.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes through these different, philosophers and entrepreneurs and just different ways of existentialism and all this other crazy words. Yeah, I used a big word today. I know. Yay. Just going in throughout life, this seeing how life is transferred through energy and then just a whole bunch of other things. It's 90 minutes. It's pretty much an intellectual type movie. So it's if you're not into that
Okay.
long drawn out stuff, if you're looking for your brain to work out and thinking like how life's a ride and you go ups and downs and like, if you're on a it's I don't want to ruin it, but it's looking for something if you've seen Scanner Darkly, it has that kind of similar style and how presentation where it's like
Mm-hmm.
cartoon but not. So if you're looking for a different way to think that's not your typical movie, then this one's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good. Yeah. Another one that's you know what? When I was in high school, I saw a film, and I in high school I fancied myself a bit of an amateur poet and songwriter and things like that.
All right.
Of course, you know this and things like
True.
that. But I got some of my best writing done after watching a particular movie and drinking a little brandy. Um, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't drink anything in high school.
No, we
But
never condone
but
underage
yeah,
drinking.
so and like and it's a film that I don't know. It's not the movie itself isn't overly inspirational really at all, and it's not the most
All right.
I don't know. I mean, it's a good film. It's a really good film. And it's it's a movie about kind of deviating from the norm, if you will, and things like that. Good film.
All right.
I can't really describe it too much. You just have to see it. One of those kind of
Ah,
things.
man.
It's and maybe you already have. Maybe you've watched it with me because
What's that?
I talk about it now and then. It's a movie with Johnny Depp. It's called The Libertine. That was a pretty good film, and and for no other reason do I label it as inspirational to me is that it got my creative juices flowing.
That was my
kind
next
of
question.
thing.
Like, what
Yeah,
did you
that's
what
really
what
yeah.
like what'd you draw out of that? So
Yeah. It just got my creative juices flowing. Is all. I just
it
I wrote some of my best stuff like after watching that film. I was just like, here's this, and I don't know, for whatever reason the movie just got me in that mindset.
and I
And
love the
so that's
cinematography. Like some of like the opening and closing scenes. I don't want to truly ruin it, but it's Johnny and just backdrop and just one candle, and you're just focused in on him,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just absolutely just that's all you need. Kept it simple, and he just speaks into the mic and just delivers one hell of a couple speeches or
Yeah, I mean,
monologues, I should say.
he delivered a great performance in that whole film. Actually, if you haven't seen it and you're a fan of Johnny Depp, you check out that film.
outside of
Good movie.
outside of Captain Jack Sparrow and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
but that's like it's a completely different role.
yeah,
Oddly enough, because he doesn't really have many like that are really really different. He's a
Exact-
great actor,
Oh, yeah.
by all means, but there aren't many that are really really different. This one kind of was, and that's one of the things I like about it.
Cool.
What's your
my
next?
my next one is deals with the good and evil. In that, like for me, for even when you were a young kid and seeing these cartoon shows of good versus evil, and you're doing this because they deserve to die and they wronged me. And there's also a couple gray areas. And I kind of got this film. It's a cult classic, and I think people who the second I say it, they'll probably know a couple of lines from it off the top of their heads. Boondock Saints, the first one.
I love the Boondock Saints.
So it's
Absolutely
cult
Boondock
classic,
Saints.
and pretty much does with vigilanteism and all that stuff. It's like I want to kill you because you're this thing bad, but I want to prevent this from happening to other people. So in a sense, our vigilantes playing God. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's a great film. I think really the film itself harkens back to standing up for yourself too, and then sticking it to the man kind of thing. You know what I
Fair
mean?
enough.
Like take it to the powers that be.
Exactly.
You know, whether it's right or wrong, I mean, it's mostly vigilanteism is mostly wrong,
Yeah.
to be fair. But you know what? They do it in a really cool way, and they do it in a way that makes you go, you know what? Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. It's like, and it begs the question. It's just like, during the last few moments, it's like, are these saints doing good to the community? And then you have half say yes, half say no, and half, or the other third don't comment.
Yeah.
So it's
Absolutely.
just, but yeah,
Yeah, that's. I mean,
yeah,
that's a good film to. I mean, and it's not. Again, is it inspirational? Should you be inspired to be
yeah.
going and doing that kind of shit? No, but it's a movie that makes you think. I think that's really what it comes down to.
Exactly. It's just like, I always been taught, like, there was this good and evil. There's always right and wrong, and I shouldn't see their side of why they did what they did. And there's like, and you see the movie, it's like, okay, I kind of see why there's certain
Yeah.
exceptions to the rule for that matter. So
Yeah, and I mean, you know, going off of that play, a similar movie. Well, not similar. It's not really similar at all. I don't know why I said that. Similar in tone.
there
Similar
you
in
go.
tone.
All right.
You know, a movie, but it's one that I look at and go, you know what? I get it. I get it. I dig it. And again, it didn't inspire me to do anything but think, and that's really that's what a good film does. I think.
I
You know
love
what
it.
I mean? I think that's
Exactly.
that's what a good film was made to do. And again, I hate to sound cliche about it
It's
too. You know what I
okay.
mean? I hate that because I know I am in my brain. There's such a backlog of so many movies. Um, but every once in a while, it's like you come to these ones that are fairly cliche because they are so good. They're cliche
Exactly.
for a reason, you know.
Exactly.
And so I gotta take it to V for Vendetta.
Okay.
I mean, it's a comic book film. It's based off a comic book. It's based off of well, a graphic novel, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, very deep political ties, very deep. You know, very anti-establishment. Great film. I think that's one that deserves to make the list.
I'll give you that. And you see the mask at like Spencer's and Hot Topic and all
Yeah,
that
well,
kind
I
of a
mean,
crap.
people are abusing that shit
A
too.
little
Like
bit.
they're using that mask, like the whole anonymous bullshit and
It's
that
just,
kind of stuff. And like, and not that there's anything wrong with taking it to the system. Trust me, guys, I get it.
mm-hmm.
But you know what? If you're gonna do it, have the balls to show your face and do it. You know what I mean?
It's
But
like
you
we've
know,
seen the
whatever.
whole Kid
Yeah.
Crusader crap.
Yeah, and well, and even if you're going to wear a mask or something like that, why go back to something as cool as you know, V for Vendetta or something like that? Like,
Be original, man.
don't take something out of pop culture. Just put on a fucking mask. Who cares?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Just your
whatever.
regular ski mask and make sure you're OBKB.
Right, but yeah, whatever. I mean, people are who they are, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Whatever. But it doesn't take away from the film, and that's what I never would want it to do. Um, the film should just be the film, or the graphic novel if you
That's
prefer to
right.
read. That's fine by
Nothing
me.
wrong.
They're both fantastic works.
My next one is the film that actually got me into radio and got me thinking that everything should be pretty cool, and how I got my start behind the mic. The good old saying when Robin Williams was behind the mic during "Good Morning Vietnam."
That's a good film. It's a good
That's
film.
what got me started in radio, and how he just transferred from one person to another. When he's on the mic, he's one character, but when he's off the mic, he's let's just say the same character, but a little bit.
Yeah, but really just
No.
more of a dude. Yeah,
Exactly.
You know, he's not this wild and crazy guy.
There you go. Spotlight's down, everybody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
So I still miss that feeling going back behind the mic. There were another one would have been, which would have
Miss
made
that
this.
feeling. You're in front of a mic right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're selling beer in a
Open-
van
open-
down by the river.
Open your motherfucking eyes, bro. you have this forum to the people once a week, every week. So
Fair enough.
if you don't feel comfortable at it yet, I don't know.
Come
man.
on.
I don't know what to do.
After how many episodes we're doing and
Right. So
however much I put in this drink, but but what's another influential, inspirational movie that speaks to your soul and says, "Wow, it's gonna make me think," because that's what these
Yeah, I
movies
mean
do.
that's what it is.
It's a,
That's what it comes down to.
if you have
Is
to go through,
a movie that makes you think, a movie that makes you really really consider things. And you know, I mean,
if
I mean,
if you have to go through your Rolodex film and just
that's
pull out
kind of
that
what I'm doing. Yeah,
cliche, just go.
that's what's going on out of my brain is pick one out. I think I've had a pretty good list thus far, and maybe it's not the list I would have picked if I sat down a day ago and actually made a list. Probably not, but you know what? You know, here we are, and you're gonna get a different list from me every time you ask me anyway, so that's fine.
Exactly.
Because again, I have so many movies that I've seen throughout my life that just but you know what? Yeah, again, going back to as cliche as it seems,
It's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong.
but there's nothing wrong with it. But you know, I hate to be that guy, but you know what? At the same time, if we're going with a film that has inspired you in life, has taught you something, or made you think,
That's right.
you know what? I'm just gonna say it.
Say it.
Fuck it. The Lion King, man. The motherfucking Lion King. Like what movie when you were growing up? What movie made you think more? Made you you know act differently anymore? Like than the Lion King? Like
Fox and the Hound,
no,
Robin
the Fox
Hood.
and just because I can relate to the Fox and the Hound doesn't mean that I took something away from it. The Lion King, I learned from. You know what I mean? Like you
Right.
learn from the Lion King. It's a different kind of thing. You know, there's a little bit of philosophy in the Lion King. There's a little bit of just everything in there. There's Shakespeare. There's
Oh, yeah.
philosophy. There's deeper thinking stuff in the Lion King, and that's what I'm I don't know. That's what I'm down with.
Okay.
That's why I'm gonna throw it on my list. That's why
Nothing wrong with VHS tapes of Disney Channel. What's up? But my last film, kind of quite recently,
Okay.
and it kind of describes brothers and friends and circle of friends and how we always be there for each other. My favorite movie of all time and inspirational, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas
Las
is pretty
Vegas.
good. I mean, it's a good film. And did it really inspire me for anything?
Well,
did it really
just
make me
it kind
think
of
about anything?
reinstitute.
No, I mean, did I relate to it and things like that? Yeah. But I mean, that's not.
It
Is what
reinforces
it
the
is.
point that like we may go through different things in our life. You can be in Chicago. I can be in New York City. A couple other friends.
Well,
can be in
first of
different
all,
places.
I will never be in Chicago. Let's be fair about that.
Deep dish pizza, bro. Come on, son.
I will never. I will never
Just
be in
visiting.
Chicago. Yeah, maybe visiting briefly, but I have no desire in my life to ever make it to Chicago just to be a place to live. No.
Come
No,
on,
sir.
man.
Oh, nay.
Fine. We'll live in this lovely snow-bound city of Buffalo. Windy City.
I like it here.
We like
I
it.
like it here. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
yeah,
two.
I like
We have
it.
2 seasons. Find a jacket and put on the damn jacket.
Yeah.
We're at find a jacket. So, but other than that, do you have your final movie that's
Final-
going to speak to the masses, something that influenced you? Doesn't matter if you were your baby,
Well, you know
childhood,
what?
up into
You
your
know
30s,
what?
something.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Talk to me.
Is that I have brought up this movie every time we've talked about pretty much any movies ever at all, even a little bit, because it is just my favorite movie of all time, and it's just going to continue to be.
Can I take a stab at it?
Huh?
Can I take a stab
By
at
all
it?
means.
Day the Earth Stood Still.
The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Shocker.
Absolutely.
Ha!
But you know what? As far as when you're talking about inspirational movies and movies that make you think, you can't leave it off the list. It's fantastic in that light. I won't go too much deeper into it because I do talk about it a lot. But I do love the film. And if you listen to this podcast and you haven't watched the movie yet, what are you waiting for? Go pick it up. It's awesome.
But Rob, which version? The great one or the shitty version?
The fucking original. Leave Keanu Reeves the fuck where he belongs in the trash. All right? Leave Keanu Reeves the fuck where he belongs. And just watch the original. It's bloody brilliant. It's fucking phenomenal. And it's
you know you can say fucking brilliant.
I already
Instead of say
just-
bloody brilliant.
well, yeah, but
We're not.
Bloody-
We're
Bloody
in America,
Brilliant-
man.
Bloody Brilliant just rolled better.
It's a fucking brilliant. We're
Yeah.
in America. We say fuck.
Yeah, well,
Hey, let
you
the
know,
English people have their blood. Let's us have our fucks.
In any event,
That came out wrong. Don't care.
Yeah, it's a fucking fantastic film. Go watch it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's all I gotta say about
yes.
this whole thing.
If you have, let us. I want to hear what you guys think. What are your 5 most inspirational, just influential movies of all time for you? Doesn't matter if you're a kid. Doesn't matter if it was Lion King from
Yeah,
Disney.
and of
Doesn't
course it doesn't have to be inspirational
or just something that speaks to you,
you know,
for that matter.
or you know, really speak to everybody. If it's something that meant something to you, if it's inspirational to you,
Exactly.
that's what matters. That's what counts.
But yeah.
So yeah, let us know what you guys got.
YouTube, Facebook, yeah, face sound, yeah,
the
the face of the book,
with the face
yeah,
and thing.
because
That's the one.
that is sexy social media for you. Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube. Oh, got it right.
Yeah, really
On the
more,
first
really
try.
more YouTube and Facebook though. SoundCloud,
We may be weeding off.
We're gonna start phasing. out a
We're
little bit,
we're getting off that lovely tit. You know, it's been great to us, but
no, they
we
were
want
great
some-
to us from the beginning, but
They
you
were?
know, just it's
Not a whole lot of people know about the website, but I think
no, it's not even.
just
It's not
that.
even that. No, there's plenty of people on SoundCloud. It's just, you know, I don't know. The Facebook and YouTube seem to just be working better for us, is all.
Fair enough. In any event, I hope you enjoyed our lovely episode of Logs in Life, where we touched a lot about things. Where we drink while you
did
Yeah, well,
We touched on things.
yes, that's what we do. It's a podcast where you think while we drink. So with that being said, as always, raise your glass and speak and repeat after us. Here's to me.
Here's to you.
Here's to love and laughter. I'll be true so long as you, and not a moment after. Until next time, stay sexy, baby.
Cheers,
Hell
everybody.
yeah.